Right. I was asked by somebody to talk for a bit about something that I love, and initially that kind of sent me through a loop because I was thinking, what the fuck can I talk about for however many minutes they wanted? I don't fucking know. And the first thing that came to mind was obviously stuff like, oh, I like walking in woods and shit like that. But I thought I'd talk about something a bit more interesting, which I think is actually, if I talk about the concept about talking to someone about something that you like, which I think is really interesting, because when you say to somebody, "Hey, I really like fucking shoes," I don't know, then that person immediately thinks, "Okay, there's your face," or whatever they have in their brain. There's your face. There's a shoe. I'm assuming like high heel, whatever the person is fucking expecting, and that link is made. And then later on, when somebody says, "Oh, I bought a shoe," then they think, "Oh, fucking twat face over there, he likes shoes." Ooh, went into a transvestite thing there. Um, yeah, I think it's an interesting concept because it's like it doesn't benefit either person in most ways unless they want desperately to buy you a present or something. Uh, but it's an interesting thing that everybody likes to do. Like if you go to a bar and you're talking to somebody that you don't know, and your immediate thing is, "Hey, what do you do? What do you like?" And they immediately go, "Oh, I like doing rugby. I like beer. I don't fucking know." And then that's immediately something that you can just go to that person and say, "I do or don't like rugby," or "I do or don't like beer," and then you two people just from that little thing of that little association can then have a proper conversation because you know that that person obviously feels something strong about that thing that they were talking about, which then means that you can go, "Hey, here's my opinion on it. How do our opinions differ?" And for that matter, you can go straight into the other thing of like, why do people's opinions differ, which is a whole other thing. It really sounds like I'm stoned right now. Now I'm thinking about it, but I'm not. Yeah, I love doing that because one thing people always want to do is they always want to talk about themselves, which is obviously it's not universal, but it's like if you're ever on a date or anything, just immediately question that person about what they're interested in because you know for a fact that that person's going to think, one, God, that person's really interested in me, and they're immediately going to like you because of that because you've made them feel important. And then you got the second thing, which is then you get to see this person who obviously loves this thing that they're talking about, and then they go off on one like it could be I don't fucking know bed linen, and then you get to listen for ages about this entire new concept of bed linen that you hadn't really thought about before. Like maybe they really fucking like floral patterns, and you say, "Oh, I don't really get why you like that," and they say, "Oh, because it makes me feel like I'm in a meadow," and then that's a whole new thing that just like that concept would have never come to you possibly if you had gone your entire life without talking to that person about that thing they love. I think that's a really, really awesome thing to do, especially with people you don't know that well, because you can never guess what they're going to say. And then, yeah, even if you don't give a flying fuck about bed linens, then that person is going to be able to talk to you about it. And then not only will that make the connection between you two better, but it also, you know, you get another person's entire view on the world, which is like wearing someone else's glasses, I suppose. Like everybody sees it shit differently. I think the idea of talking about something you love is fucking brilliant. I've got this bloody little thing here because I was initially going to talk about that time I had amnesia, but I thought that was a bit grim. So yeah, talking about things that I love, which is very meta, which in itself I suppose is something I love. Because despite being the least stoner person I think I know, other than obviously teetotalers, yeah, I like going deep into this sort of shit. Oh god, that sounded pretentious. Um, yeah, it's something that I think people underappreciate a lot is talking about the concepts that you're talking about. Like, if you go out for a beer, then you don't think, hey, you know, this, humanity literally made this thing so that we could poison ourselves just enough to get a bit weird, but not enough to kill ourselves. And that in itself, maybe it was an accident, maybe it was on purpose, and then from there they went, oh, okay, well this liquid makes us want to talk to each other. That's fucking awesome. So yeah, for like, what is it, hundreds of thousands of years, but probably significantly less than that now I'm thinking about it. But however many thousands of years, like as long as humanity has been around, there's probably going to be beer. I think that's really interesting as well because obviously people want to connect with each other, and obviously it's not always easy. So you've got to wonder about whether the root of all human interaction is beer, which is possibly the strangest thing I could possibly have said, and this has gone on a massive tangent. But yeah, apparently this was supposed to sum up vaguely what I'm about and how I move and shit. So I think I'm pretty much about tangents, to be honest. Tangents and beer. So I hope that did the job. um, yeah, that's pretty much it. Talking about beer. Cool. Cheers. Bye.